Long ago, in a small coastal town where gentle waves lapped against the white sandy shore, there lived two men in the same neighborhood. One was named Daniel, a skilled carpenter who constantly complained about his impoverished life. The other was Samuel, a hardworking fisherman who was always grateful for what he had, even though his life was far from luxurious. Both had small families and shared the joys and sorrows of everyday life together. One day, both men tragically passed away in an unexpected accident. They were brought before God, the supreme being of the universe. God looked at them with tender eyes and asked, "Tell me, how did you live your lives? What was lacking in your previous existence?" Daniel, the carpenter, stepped forward with a resentful expression. He said, "Dear God, you gave me a life full of hardship. I worked tirelessly from dawn till dusk, but what I earned was barely enough to feed my family. I never got to wear nice clothes, travel, or enjoy life like others. My hands were always empty, and I felt like a failure. What a miserable life I had to endure." God listened patiently and then asked, "What do you wish for in your next life?" Without hesitation, Daniel replied, "Dear God, please make it so that I never have to give anything to anyone. I only want to receive from others. I want to be rich without having to share with anyone." God nodded and said, "You shall receive what you have asked for. You may go now." After Daniel left, God turned to Samuel, the fisherman. He asked, "And you, what was lacking in your previous life?" Samuel clasped his hands respectfully, his eyes filled with gratitude. He said, "Dear God, you have given me everything. I have a loving family, healthy children, and the vast ocean to make a living. I am grateful for all of it. But there is one thing that has always haunted me. Sometimes, homeless and hungry people would come to my door. I could offer them water, but I didn't have enough food to share. They had to leave with empty stomachs, and that broke my heart. I wish I could have done more." God smiled, his eyes radiating warmth. He asked, "What do you wish for in your next life?" Samuel bowed his head, his voice filled with emotion. "Dear God, please grant me the ability to ensure that no one ever leaves my door hungry or thirsty. I want to give everything I have to help those less fortunate than me." God nodded and said, "You shall receive what you have asked for. You may go now." In their next lives, both men were reborn in the same coastal town. Daniel, who had wished only to receive and never to give, became a wealthy but lonely man. He lived in a luxurious mansion but had no friends or family by his side. The townspeople avoided him because of his selfishness and greed. Daniel realized that, despite his wealth, he felt empty and unhappy. Meanwhile, Samuel, who had always wished to give, became a wealthy and beloved man. He opened a small seaside restaurant where he served free meals to the poor. Samuel always wore a smile, knowing he was bringing joy and hope to others. His home was filled with laughter, and everyone in the town respected him. What lessons can we learn from this story? First, gratitude. Samuel was always grateful for what he had, and that brought him peace and happiness. Gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion but a way of life, a perspective through which we view the world. When we practice gratitude, we realize that no matter how difficult life may seem, there are always beautiful things around us. For example, in our daily lives, we often overlook small blessings like a delicious meal, a sunny day, or the care of our loved ones. But when we pause and appreciate these things, life feels lighter and more meaningful. A grateful person always finds joy in the simple things, and this mindset helps them overcome challenges more easily. Digging deeper, gratitude not only brings inner peace but also radiates positive energy to those around us. When you are grateful, you become kinder, more compassionate, and people naturally want to be around you. On the other hand, if you constantly complain and lack gratitude, you trap yourself in a cycle of negativity, making life feel heavy and stagnant. Second, the lesson of giving and receiving. This story clearly illustrates that what we give will eventually return to us. Samuel gave love and help, and in return, he received wealth and happiness. In contrast, Daniel only wanted to receive without giving, and as a result, he lived in loneliness and misery. In everyday life, We can see this principle in small actions. For instance, when you help a friend in need, you not only bring them joy but also earn their trust and genuine affection. When you share knowledge with others, you not only help them grow but also reinforce your own understanding. On a deeper level, giving and receiving is a natural law of life. When you give, you don't just receive material rewards but also inner peace. People who live with generosity and a willingness to share often build strong, meaningful relationships, which contribute to a happy and fulfilling life. Conversely, those who only take without giving often feel lonely and empty because they fail to form genuine connections with others. Third, the greatest lesson, the law of karma. The law of karma is a universal principle that governs all aspects of life. It influences every action, event, and outcome in our daily lives. Our actions and thoughts shape our destiny. If we live with kindness and integrity, we will attract goodness into our lives. Conversely, if we live with greed and selfishness, we will only invite poverty and unhappiness. For example, in the workplace, if you always give your best and help your colleagues, you will earn respect and opportunities for advancement. On the other hand, if you are envious and scheme against others, you will only create trouble and difficulties for yourself. Delving deeper, the law of karma applies not only to major actions but also to the smallest thoughts. When you think positively, you attract positive things into your life. When you think negatively, you create barriers for yourself. This explains why some people, despite facing numerous challenges, can rise above them, while others, even with favorable conditions, fail to succeed. To live a life of growth, happiness, peace, and respect, you need to practice the following important habits. First, live with gratitude. Every day, take a moment to appreciate the small things in life. This not only helps you find peace and happiness but also changes the way you perceive the world around you. Gratitude is not just a habit, it's a way of life, a way to connect more deeply with yourself and others. Think about Oprah Winfrey, one of the most powerful women in the world. She once shared that every day, she writes in a gratitude journal, listing at least 3 things she is grateful for. It could be a meaningful conversation, a delicious meal, or even a productive day at work. Oprah believes that gratitude has helped her overcome the toughest times in her life and achieve the success she enjoys today. You can start simply. Every night before bed, think of 3 things you are grateful for that day. It could be a smile from a loved one, a compliment from a colleague, or simply a smooth day. When you focus on the positive, you'll realize that your life is filled with beautiful things, and this will give you the motivation to move forward. Second, give without expecting anything in return. When you give love and help, you will receive more than you expect. This not only brings joy to others but also enriches your own soul. Be the person who brings joy and hope to others, and you'll find your life becoming more meaningful than ever. A prime example is Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft and one of the world's greatest philanthropists. He and his wife, Melinda Gates, established the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to help the poor around the world. They have invested billions of dollars in healthcare, education, and community development programs. Bill Gates believes that giving is not just a responsibility but also a joy. He once said, "When you give, you not only help others but also find the true meaning of life." You don't have to be a billionaire to give. Start with small acts, like helping a friend in need or participating in community volunteer work. When you give without expecting anything in return, you'll feel a warmth and happiness that nothing else can compare to. Third, believe in the law of karma. What you sow today is what you will reap in the future. The law of karma is not just a philosophy but an undeniable truth in life. If you live with kindness and integrity, you will attract goodness into your life. Conversely, if you live with greed and selfishness, you will only invite poverty and unhappiness. Take the story of Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX. Elon Musk is not only a brilliant entrepreneur but also someone who believes in creating value for society. He has invested in projects like renewable energy and space exploration, aiming to benefit humanity. Elon Musk believes that when you focus on creating value, you will receive deserving rewards. You can apply this law in your daily life. Live with kindness, help others, and always strive to create value in everything you do. When you sow good seeds, you will reap sweet fruits in the future. Final message. Life is a cycle of giving and receiving. Live with gratitude, kindness, and love. Be the person who brings joy and hope to others, and you will receive beautiful things in return. Remember, true wealth does not lie in what we keep but in what we share. When you give, you not only help others but also enrich your own soul. Plant seeds of kindness today, and they will bloom into blessings tomorrow. Start today. Practice gratitude. Every day, take a few minutes to reflect on what you are grateful for. Give generously. Help others, even in the smallest ways. Live kindly. Spread kindness and goodness to everyone around you. Your life will change when you change your perspective and actions. Believe that when you live with gratitude, generosity, and kindness, you will receive the best things life has to offer. Be an inspiration to others, and you'll see that life is truly worth living. Thank you so much for watching this video and for supporting the Wisdom Life channel. Your presence means the world to us. If you found this content valuable, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to Wisdom Life for more inspiring stories and life lessons. Together, let's spread wisdom and positivity to create a better world. Stay blessed, stay inspired, and remember, your actions today shape your tomorrow. See you in the next video.